We just need someone to give us a recap because I forgot what happened last time.
Okay. We went shopping, and Talenor pretty much talked to everybody. He bought himself a wand that he paralyzed himself with. He made a deal with the weaponsmith to make him a double-sided scimitar for the price of him having a stern talking with his son-in-law. And
I think it was his nephew, sir. I think it was his nephew.
Okay. And then I think he bought himself a crossbow. I can't remember. And then Vaelen had his change bag pickpocketed, and we chased the kid to the orphanage. And we found out that do you remember what we found out, kid?
We found out that she was last seen going to see somebody with the initials SS.
Mm-hmm.
And she typically meets them in Fenhill. And she was seen, she was on her way there for her meeting with them.
Yeah.
And the orphanage is going under. I think I gave them a few gold. And said that I would look for them after the wedding.
And that is literally where we ended. I think we were heading to the tavern to start a practice run of the wedding.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, okay.
Is there anything else that I forgot?
Recap.
If you forgot something, it probably wasn't important.
Yeah.
Important detail right here.
The wand is flying in midair because it's an immovable rod now without a button.
I assume I could eventually move it.
Yeah, have 30 strength.
Yeah, I say make it a swing set.
So if there's anything that was missed, I'll share the video link to our last session, and then you can recap however you need.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have everything.
Mm-hmm.
So in the introduction, I was told that we're all cursed and we're all going to die.
Oh,
That's
right. Yes. And that jester guy ran out of the carriage with his mouth foaming with blood. Yes. And we were like, that was weird.
And you were like, should we go after him? And I was like, fuck no.
And I was like, okay.
Wait. Okay, end of chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
Start of chapter 3. Okay. Cool. Yep, you make your way back to the Merry Herald. As you enter, you're intercepted by, Henry himself, the proprietor of the inn. He points you in the direction of an older-looking gentleman waiting at the bar. The man, clearly distraught, is staring glumly at a empty beer pitcher in front of him. Continue.
Oh, can we help you, Henry? Sir?
Well, yeah, and he says it's just he wants to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Well,
Make our way towards the bar.
yeah, and I'll just stick close to Kid because that's what I do.
The man introduces himself as Peter Jonesby, Kate's father.
Hello, Mr. Jonesby.
Hello.
I would like to start by saying that a tragedy has struck us, all of us.
Hmm? What do you mean?
Harry is dead.
What?
What?
What do you mean Harry's dead?
When?
And
How?
where?
How?
All good questions.
Where's the body then? I could check on him and see if I can do anything.
First, probably this is probably redundant, but I will say that the tonight's rehearsal dinner and tomorrow's ceremony have been canceled.
Aw.
That sucks. I was really looking forward to this.
There is going to be a few days before we start the arrangement for the funeral, as the body needs to be released.
Throughout this conversation, Kid is eyeing the guy, just looking him up and down, trying to see if there's any evidence on him that he may or may not have committed the murder.
Roll either an insight or investigation or even perception.
I'm definitely going with investigation. 25. I've rolled all 25s on these.
Though his hands are a bit dirty, they don't have any sort of blood or anything on them. His clothes are clean, though a little bit a clear sign of being used. They're starting to show age. He does not have the physique of a man that would be able to take down someone like Harry. Harry was built like a fucking truck.
Nice. So
Don't have to be strong to sneak up on somebody.
So I then proceed to ask him, like, old sport, I know that Harry had many enemies, but are there any that would stick out to you as to ones who would want to cause him harm or would want to disrupt the wedding?
I was not as close as my daughter was with him. So if there's anything that should be discussed about stuff like that, it would probably be with her. I did not personally know if he had any enemies. He didn't talk much during the dinners he spent at our house. He did confide more into Kate than anyone.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe that he's gone.
That is so true.
And the mayor, Jeremy Musgrave, shall also be in attendance and has requested you to be present there. I suspect that the mayor will be asking you for help in solving this incident.
Before we do this, is there an official Cleric case? Because there really should at least be somebody to prevent him from coming back as a zombie.
There is priest. He does say that the priest, Father Brooks, is keeping a watch on the body.
Good to know.
So the body's already been moved?
Yeah, the body's already been moved.
You should have, if you wanted it investigated, you should have left the body where it was.
Well, the thing is, he died 2 days ago. That was the night that you guys arrived.
Yeah, I look at that kid and just make a like, ugh,
sorry,
face.
He died. He died last night, which was the night you arrived. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This kind of sounds like this is not just asking for our help, but also asking us to prove we didn't do it.
I then look at I look at Talenor and I say, didn't you go somewhere after we spoke at the bar when we arrived? You have nothing to do with this, do you?
He did say he shot a hole in a tree. I mean, we could always go and prove his innocence with that.
I mean,
Yeah,
If it-
actually, now that I say that, that's not really proving anything.
well, no. How was Henry here when you left and when you came back? And how long were you gone? And how long would it have taken you to have gotten where he died?
Henry was here. Harry was killed. Harry is the
I said,
yeah.
I thought I said Henry. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Henry was at the in the entire time, so he would have seen him leave and come back.
Mm-hmm. And where was Harry killed, sir?
In his residence.
How far from the inn is it?
Good question.
Well, that rules out Talenor. There's no way he could have done it. His testimony says he went to the cemetery outside of the town.
Is it 8? So the let me pull you guys back to the map that actually has information.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see the spoilers.
This is the path to the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
This is Harry Holmes' house.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, but are we literally like, is our characters looking at the map right now?
Yeah, they have a map of the town at the
Okay.
tavern, I'd say.
So about for a fit guy like you, Talenor, how long do you think it took you to go to the graveyard? Actually, no. Henry, how long was Talenor gone last night?
I mean, he only did one shot. Did he? Talenor, did you like work on your weapon there, or were you when you were done working on your weapon at the tavern? Did you leave and go and shoot? Doc. Hello.
Doc. Where you at, man?
Doc.
He's thinking.
Oh.
I don't know. That's just the excuse I came up with. Hopefully he didn't fall asleep at his computer chair or wherever he plays.
Doc.
I remember him saying it was pitch black when he went and shot, and not only did he shoot, he also casted a flame bolt. But obviously now we're talking out of character, so we wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how the
He would
time.
have spent less than 30 seconds, or like probably less than.
It would have
a
been
minute.
12 seconds.
Yeah,
Well,
it would have been 12
okay.
seconds to do those actions, but I would say like he wasn't like super speeding it.
Okay, well, let's do some math. Our walking speed is 30 feet every 10 seconds in combat because that's how our D&D go. How far away and feet wise is it to one of these trees? I think he said it was I'm going to draw. I think he said it was this tree.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is one. Hold on, I'm trying to use this measuring stick here, sort of. 1, 2, 3. It's almost 400 feet.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
That's fine.
Oh, we didn't know. Well, that's good because we're trying to find out where you were, like how long you were gone shooting at that tree last night. Because
and we were pulling up math.
Oh, yeah, it was not this tree, this tree.
Okay, so it's definitely 400 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it would have took him probably like
So, I mean,
so would Kid have fought Harry, or would it have been a family member? that got
He's the reason Ren's dead.
yeah.
Who?
But would
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. But would Kid have like confronted him on that or before or never got the chance?
He would have went to the he would have Kid wasn't going to hurt him. Kid was going to tell him what he caused and what he lost.
Okay.
Kid's not that kind of person, but he was going to wanted to look him in the eyes and tell him what he did.
Okay, so basically, what changed his life already? You were gonna do that, but he just wasn't there at the right time.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Like that's but Kid is protective, but he's not vindictive.
Okay. So I would say, Talenor
Yeah.
would know that he couldn't have beaten, like Harry in a one-on-one fight, even with a disadvantage of catching him off guard in like 5 minutes. That would be too quick of a time.
So in character.
So he wasn't gone long enough.
No, like about 5, possibly at max 8 to 10 minutes.
So
Yeah.
metagaming, it's stupid because we all know he didn't do this, but I'm trying to be in character here.
Yeah. Okay, like kind of going back in character, like before we shoot the blame on anyone, we should really inspect the body to even see the cause of death, because that could eliminate a lot of possibilities.
Oh,
Okay,
in
I
character,
think we should-
I'm gonna question something. So I like Talenor. There's no way you could have done this, right? So on the map, I'm drawing it out. This is Harry's.
This is
Oh, okay, that is. So that's Harry's residence, which is on the way to the cemetery. There's no way you took a detour that way and then went back.
No, we split up around here. Why is it white? Hold on. There we go.
because you're
We'll split up here. I went over here, and then went back straight to the inn.
So it was a straight shot.
I just wanted to test out my new cannon.
But you didn't test it out on Harry.
No, I tested it out on a tree. I can even show which tree it was.
No,
And
I believe you.
of course you do, Kid. But I think Miracle has a point. We need to go see the body. We need to go see the scene, and we need to talk to the other potential suspects and the mayor because he's looking for it.
how many of you have dark vision?
I do.
Full party.
So wait, full party has dark vision?
It's a joke. It's a thing.
Oh right, you went custom lineage, that's why.
Even
Dylan.
if we didn't, I have a lantern, I believe. Let me just look at my character. So light's not a problem. Inventory.
Shit. I'm the only
Do
one
I
that
have a
doesn't have
lantern? I do not have a lantern. That's a surprise.
You have a light.
Yeah, you guys did today pretty quickly. It shouldn't be too late in the evening.
Oh, I do.
He tells you to go meet up with Kate at the bakery. Not at the bakery, sorry, at the residence next to the bakery, which is down here. Also, Doc, could you, at the bottom of roll 20, you see your name, and there's like the white square next to it. Click that and change it to any other color than white, because all the backgrounds of this campaign will be white. So it will be very hard to ping, to see where you ping and stuff like that.
What color is mine? Purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of us are purple.
Hold on, let me change mine.
Like any other color works. It's just a white
There-
will not work for this.
There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
Black.
How do we paint?
Hold.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, okay. I found out.
yeah. Let me just clear the map of drawings.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, Kate and the bakery are down here.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Jonesby is even going to walk you there, and he's going to say that after you talk to Kate, it would be a good time to speak with with Father Brooks, as currently he's holding evening mass for the town.
Okay. So, Kate and the
Yeah.
mayor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Talenor, Vaelen. Is it Vaelen? Or do you want to be addressed by any other name?
Also, what time is it where we are right now?
Like 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, as the two more experienced private investigators, you should probably let at least Kid lead the investigation conversations because he's been doing this for as long as I know, and probably more. And you two, from my knowledge, are kind of even more rookie than me, so he's going to be the boss of the investigation. You got that?
No, we don't.
No?
We've had this discussion.
Oh, you don't like being the big boss?
I am willing to take other people's perspectives and views in case mine are clouded, but
Okay.
I am more than welcome to help, but I will try to assist and ask the questions that I think matter.
I'll take a
Of
back
course.
seat on this one. I do a sort of investigation, but not to this level.
Okay. No, I should have. Out of game. I should have chose medicine for one of my things.
I got that.
Oh, good. This is where you come in.
Did I take that? Yes, I do have that.
Perfect.
If you want, I do have investigation.
I also have investigation. I'm good there.
I have a +8 in investigation.
Oh, fuck. Why do you... I have a +6. What the fuck?
Expertise.
Yep.
I have expertise.
Yeah, but
I have an 18 in intelligence.
Oh, yeah, my intelligence. 16.
I'm a dum-dum at 11.
You cast with your know-how, not with your memory.
Yeah, my wisdom's 16, so.
Well, so Kate and is the mayor with Kate?
the mayor will meet you tomorrow at the wake.
Okay. Well, then I guess we go talk to Kate.
So Kate, let me just find Kate's introduction.
Yeah, I tap Jonesby on the shoulder and say, "Now's your cue. Lead the way."
Yeah,
Mm.
he walks with a bit of a yeah, he has a cane. He walks really slowly, and his hands are a bit shaky. He's getting pretty old in age.
Damn.
I just look around while walking. Is the market still about? Because
the
I
market,
mean,
the market has like everyone packing up for the night.
I'm watching for anyone watching us.
Okay. So meeting Kate. After Peter knocks at the door, a woman's voice calls from within. Please, come in. The door is open. As Peter opens the door and lets all of you walk in before he does.
Pardon our intrusion. Do a polite curtsy and walk in.
As you enter the house, a small elderly dog lying on the rug in front of the fire lifts its head to see who's coming in. Realizing there are strangers entering its home, the dog lets out a shocked whimper, gets up from its comfortable position by the fire, and struts slowly over to the figure sitting on the other side of the room. It ducks behind them, and, feeling it has reached a safe position, the ugly little dog lets out a few high-pitched barks in warning before curling up at the figure's feet. It sighs, content at the job well done, farts loudly, and goes back to sleep.
Nice.
Cover my ears for a bit.
A hoarse voice comes from the figure at the table. Well done, Buckley. We can all sleep soundly knowing you're here to protect us. The middle-aged woman sitting at the dining table smiles mirthlessly. She has clearly been crying only moments before you came in, which makes you believe the remark about the dog were aimed at putting you at ease and to distract you from the sight of her tears. The fact that in her grief, she still makes the effort to make you feel less uncomfortable says a lot about Kate. You can see why Harry wanted to marry her. She stands up to greet you, and you notice that she is surprisingly tall, especially considering the fact she is half dwarf. Her graying locks are loosely tied in a bun, and her brown eyes are red and puffy. Welcome, friends. Harry has spoken of you with such regard. I'm sorry that our meeting is under such horrific circumstances. She greets each of you separately, managing to guess the identity of both Vaelen and Talenor, but apologizing, saying he never even mentioned both of you. I'm sorry. What story must you have had? Must you have that he thought better of telling me? I do hope you shall not be as reluctant. Share.
So, I first want to give you my deepest condolences, ma'am. As for, my name is Kid Ycart, and this is Miracle Blaze.
I
I was going to be honest with Harry when I saw him. We are not actually invited to the wedding. I wanted to talk to him about something that he did in the past. Meant no harm, but I did want to make it known. But you don't piss on people's graves, and again, you have my condolences. I want to help where I can, and along with Miracle here, we hope to be able to get to the bottom of this.
I nod.
Crying a little bit, she says, "Thank you." Well, what do you need to know?
So, I'm going to go ahead and ask some questions, guys. I hope you're in a state where you can answer them, ma'am. Just answer them to the best of your abilities. When was the last time you saw Harry?
So she says that her and Harry had enjoyed a dinner with her parents, who had gone to bed shortly after. They stayed up late talking, and it was the middle of the night before he left for home. She also mentions that Harry's body was found after he missed an appointment with Father Brooks at the church when the good father went to check on Harry.
And so you're the last one to see him before he went home. Was there during dinner or any time during yesterday afternoon, did you notice anybody anybody around, anybody you didn't know watching you guys, or that you saw multiple times during the day, someone you hadn't seen before, somebody you'd seen before but seemed uncommon for them to be where they were?
No, the only thing is the usual paranoia. Living in a small town like this in the middle of nowhere makes you see things.
What do you mean, see things?
Nothing too worrying. It's just for as long as I can remember from my adult life, I felt like I've been being watched over by something, someone, not sure who or what, but no, everyone in this town has some sort of paranoia. When I guess I'm just not immune to it. The whole dwarven fortitude. I guess that doesn't run well in my blood.
Just to clarify, when you say watched over, do you mean like watched over like guarded, or watched over like menaced?
Feels a bit of both.
Telepathically. Ren, do you sense anything?
Sorry, who?
Ren.
Oh, Ren. Okay.
Yeah, he is going to make a check.
That timeline also clears Talenor because it only just got dark when he went to do that and returned to the inn. It was way before midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He says, sorry, bud, this entire place seems desecrated. There's not a single spot in this entire town that isn't. Can't tell anything.
That's comforting. Telepathically. So, do you know of any enemies that Harry may have had that might have been waiting for a chance?
Closest thing to an enemy was his old partner. The guy he left. Galarnate go on a little bit of a, let's just say, ill-willed spree of wealth acquisition.
I'm well aware.
But he wasn't in town. Not even for the festival. Not even for the Macadamia.
Well, does he live around here as well, though, like in the surrounding area?
No, he lives in Fenhill. He would have had to, unless he would have stayed in the woods, but he's too much of a prideful prick to stay in the woods. He would have stayed at the Merry Herald, but no one heard from him. Everyone in town hates him. We would have known if he showed up.
Just jog my memory. What's his name again?
Lewis something. Lewis Thimble. Thibble, sorry, not Thimble.
Yes.
Thibble.
Okay.
I pipe in and I say, I know that name. He was causing trouble in my town.
Louis, does Talenor remember that name?
Yeah, you hung out with Harry and Lewis. Like you were in their little You were in on their
Yeah.
little operation for a bit.
I remember Lewis.
This is Kate, by the way.
Oh,
Chat.
yep.
What does Talenor specifically remember about Lewis? Like, how did he behave? How,
A coward, not someone to do anything with his own hands.
mhm.
He had Harry. He had Harry as the muscle.
Mhm.
He
I
was
remember.
he was more the scammy type, not the face the repercussions type.
Yeah, I remember Lewis. He was a manipulative prick.
Yeah. Could he have taken Harry?
No, he was a coward.
But a loyal coward.
Uh,
Not even.
I don't know about loyal or not, but even if he had taken Harry by surprise, Harry is about 3 times his size.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
You said manipulative. Does that mean he'd hire somebody?
He would definitely hire somebody to do it if he was responsible for it.
Noted.
Although, just to be safe, he would probably hire at least a few.
Kate, do you by chance know where the body was found?
The body was found. Is that what you said?
Yes.
That is what was asked.
Okay. Just making sure because we were a bit quiet. Oh, raise up your volume a bit.
Yep.
Sorry.
Good old right click and crank up.
Yep. He was found in his living room. She was told.
Oh, so literally right over there, and I point.
Different houses. Mirror.
Oh, different house.
Yeah,
Sorry.
in his.
They are not married yet.
His
Oh.
living room over here. She lives here with her parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess I misunderstood where we were heading to.
This is not the U.S.
Oh, sorry.
This place is heavily religious. That's one big thing about this town.
Mhm.
Especially by how well kept the church looks compared to every other building. So she probably just for religious reasons did not move in with them until they were going to be married.
Yeah, plus also the groom is not supposed to see the bride for a while before, see the dress and all that. Or
Yeah.
is that not a custom here?
Probably it probably is.
I'm sorry, I was kind of talking in character.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I too loud now?
hmm
You're
No,
fine.
you're
I'm too
fine.
loud. Okay. Well, do you, again, I said I would open to you guys for any suggestions. Do you think there's anything I didn't ask that I should have?
She does mention one other thing. His body was quickly taken to the church, but no one is letting her see him. All she knows is that he was murdered. She assumes it must have been brutal considering nobody's letting her see Harry, and because her father, who had helped transport the body to the church, refuses to speak of any details.
Your
Yeah.
dad.
Something
How
seems
many
fishy.
people were helping? Your dad's not that strong.
Her dad, her mom, who is much stronger than her dad, and is about 100 years further away from death than he is,
Oh,
as the fact she is a dwarf. Jeremy Musgrave as well was helping, though he was not much of a. He was just as much of a help as her father was.
So your mom carried him.
Her mom and the priest Father Brooks.
Mm. Mostly her mother though.
Yeah.
Well, it might do us,
Three weak guys and a strong dwarf lady.
well, it might do us some
Yep.
good to interrogate each one of them. For all we know, they could have something to do with this.
I have a feeling that they've sworn to silence.
Jeremy Musgrave has also immediately after carrying his body, mailly sent word about Harry's murder to Lord Reuben, and requested that the Fenhill City Watch handle the investigation. The messenger returned the next morning, bearing a sharply worded reply to his lordship that his lordship could no longer spare guards for the whims of the people of Ashbrook.
Oh, wow.
They should learn to settle matters themselves.
And that's where we come in, right?
Apparently.
Yeah.
That certainly would pique Talenor's suspicion.
Something up, Talenor?
That the Lord doesn't want to investigate it.
It's not that. It's not that the Lord can choose to ignore something like this. It's the wording that has me concerned.
What about it?
Well, that implies that...
Has other things like this happened in the past? That kind of thing?
It's not a dismissal. He says that he cannot spare his guards. Why exactly that would be the reasoning?
Like there's something going on there?
I feel like it's a similar fate as the orphanage. They just don't want to put forth the money or the resources to aid this town in any way, shape, or form.
If it was money or resources, he would simply include the last part of not wanting to concern himself and letting the villagers sort their own issues.
Yeah,
Why mention that he can't spare guards?
Yeah, I see where you're going with this mindset. There's definitely something happening there if he can't spare people. It's either that or something like this happens enough that it's just become a hindrance and an annoyance.
And that raises a whole other matter of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe maybe the Lord has maybe Lewis has the ear of the Lord if he's involved and is telling him to step away from it.
Well, whatever it may be, we can at least investigate what's going on.
Kate elaborates that the Duke used to take care of all citizens of Garlene, but has grown more absent in recent years.
Any specific changes to his lordship's routines or anything that would indicate a reason for this shift, Kate? By rumor or what have you?
My mother went to the market and talked with this apparently rather annoying gnome. He said he was at the ball at the castle last month.
Oh, is that the one who was selling all those weird clothes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, though their daughter, what is their daughter's name? Give me 1 second. Cynthia Rubin showed up, but Lord and Lady Rubin did not show up to the ball.
Interesting.
And that have they been seen publicly at all in recent time, in recent memory?
Recent weeks, recent months, no. But it was a gradual change. Was being seen less and less, helping less and less. It wasn't like a just one day everything changed and everything stopped.
So, were there any? Well, Kate, you wouldn't be aware of any changes in their court or anything like that at
No,
the times where these gradual changes would have started. I'll have to question others about that if it's connected.
no.
But
The people of Fenhill would know more. We're way too far away. We were a full day and a half of travel away.
right, and though not just for this area of Ashbrook, um, is that right, DM?
Yep,
Ashbrook.
Ashbrook.
Okay. And not just this area of Ashbrook, but was your late to be, he was pretty influential in the area as a whole, correct?
No, so his entire crime spree happened outside of Galarne.
Mm,
He did not interact with. He didn't get. He didn't. He's never been to Fenhill. He's never been to Wellsend. He's lived in Ashbrook his whole life. Well, his whole young life, and then left in his early adulthood to go travel the world with Lewis.
gotcha. Well, you'd think with Lewis being a Fenhill, I could see why he'd avoid it after coming back if that's the case.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think if we can, Kate, is there any way you or someone can let us into Harry's home so we can look
Uh,
around?
she says that sadly the only person that has a copy of the key is Jeremy Musgrave, and he is probably already asleep.
Can you vouch that we asked to enter the home before I went over there and got us in it anyway?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Let's go over to Harry's house.
Would you like the mass has ended? Would you like to go see the body first, or would you like to see the crime scene first?
I think we should go investigate the body and the priest or rabbi.
Okay. That works. And the
Because
house is locked, and as long as the mayor's asleep and no one else is getting in there, we can get in there anytime.
yeah, I have some questions because the fact that he was technically the very last person to see the body, and it just seems really questionable. I don't.
How?
Well, the he, from what I was gathering from this, yeah, he is allowing people to see the body, and he was the last person to see Henry or Harry?
Harry.
Harry.
Yes, Harry, before his death, if I remember hearing this correctly. So he
Sure,
would be
probably.
right now the most likely suspect.
Not necessarily, but I like where your head's at, kid.
Yeah.
You never ignore the person who called the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So yeah, you enter the let me go pull up the description of the church. Church of Ilmater. Let me make sure I have the right one. Yep. Okay. The Church of To Ilmater stands at the center of Ashbrook, towering over the town square and the surrounding buildings. The large stone structure of the church stands out like a sore thumb against the modest wooden houses that make up the rest of the town. Flanking the entrance are statues depicting the various saints of the faith. When you approach the building, you see that much of the church sports intricately detailed stonework. It's truly a beautiful building. Inside, things seem to be even more opulent. There are large silk banners which depict the symbol of Ilmater hanging from the ceiling and fall almost to the floor. The pulpit is made of high quality, intricately carved cedar wood, and the pews all have Ilmateri symbols carved into them. You hear Ren's voice, kid. Even this place is desecrated. What a poor lot.
This place doesn't. This whole town doesn't sit right, and this is a very opulent church for a small town.
That's for sure.
Yeah, can I? No, that was a psychic conversation between those two. Unless you were just talking to yourself out loud.
The second part, the opulent part, was out loud. Sorry.
Oh, he just did that. Can I make a check to just sense, I guess, the spiritual essence of the church?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, what role do I make?
Religion.
Religion.
Religion. Okay. Do I have to click this? 5.
5. I mean,
Can you see that in?
yeah, I can see it. I mean, like, this church is cool and all, but like, you've seen bigger churches than where you're from. This place sucks. Like,
Mhm.
imagine not having any electricity. Imagine using all candles. Like, how much wax is that wasting?
God.
I'll keep my opinion to myself, but it's clear on my face.
But yeah, no, for a medieval town, this is definitely they take religion very seriously.
Yeah. And Miracle wouldn't get that because of where she's from.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go and do our body investigation ritual. I guess you can call it.
Meet up with. Don't believe I posted his image yet because you guys have not met him. I am correct. This is Father Brooks. You were correct. Another decrepit old man. They can't carry a body.
I just assumed a priest isn't like a muscle bound like He-Man. I mean, I guess they could be if they're like from the Church of Kor or something.
Well, welcome to the Church of Ilmater. What can I do for you all today?
I politely curtsy and I go, "Hello, I am Miss Blaze. I'm a fellow cleric, and we are part of the investigation team. And if you would give us permission, we would like to inspect Sir Harry."
Okay. He does ask first, is there anything you would like to ask me? If you know about Harry's death, you would know that I was the first one to see his body.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, I'll let you go on.
No, Miracle. Go ahead, or if anyone else has any questions first. You guys go ahead.
Okay. When did you find the body? Like, was there signs of decay or, like curses or anything on it? Or was it
Curses? No. Curses? No. Oddities? Perhaps a little bit. You'll see when you see the body.
That is true.
My question is, do you remember how stiff the body was when you were moving it?
Give me 1 second to see how stiff the body is after a certain amount of hours.
God, your internet search history must be fun.
I put in D&D at the end of everything. It started to stiffen.
Started to stiffen.
Rigor mortis had started to take into effect.
So still movable, but not easily.
Yeah,
Mm.
a little harder to move. He would say he would
So-
approximate with his medical knowledge 4 hours. He found them at 7 in the morning.
So there was definitely maggots on his body.
Surprising lack of maggots. There is a rat infestation, and they eat the maggots.
Would Kid have already
Okay.
like estimated the 4 hours based on his background and experience, or would I have to roll? I guess you just gave us 4 hours, so
Yeah, no. Father Brooks would have estimated 4 hours with his background of a little bit of medical knowledge.
all right. Well, I'll ask you what I asked her. Do you know of anyone who would have wanted to do this?
He was not liked as a child, but the fact that Kate found good in him put the town at ease.
But there were still some people who did not like him or did not like the fact that he was marrying Kate.
The young suitors of Ashbrook had long since given up on Kate. She was so devout to him that they had given up even trying. Even he came back about 5 years after they fully gave up on her. She hadn't though. She hadn't given up on him.
But they did try to talk to her about him.
Yes, they had all their excuses of I am stronger than him, I know magic more than him. But no, they couldn't. They said they were more handsome. They say they were. They gave every excuse, but it wasn't those superficial aspects that Kate liked about him. Something on the inside.
And how did you feel about him?
He didn't fall into line as a child. He was a bit of a hard kid to deal with. He was a troublemaker. He didn't visit the church very often, or even at all. After in his teenage years, as a kid, as every kid in Ashbrook does, he was indoctrinated into our faith. He was given a amulet of ill matter, and was at the age of 6 to protect him and to pray to. But we all knew he didn't pray.
Can I check to see if there's more to it than that? Like
Yeah, roll insight.
extreme, yeah. Be good to me.
Nice.
He is the closest thing to a pacifist you've seen. Like to a true pacifist.
Do I have two characters in here? Is that why it's rolling twice?
No, it's just sometimes with Beyond 20 that it rolls twice.
Okay. Well, it's the
Yeah.
same roll. It's just
Oh.
Yeah, just go with it.
Just
all
add
right.
it together. You
Well-
have natural 40.
No, we'll always just go with the first roll, even if they're different. Because up to until now they've been the same, so I think it's just a bug with beyond 20, not with.
You know
with
what?
the rolling.
I know what it is. I have Miracle's character sheet up too.
That could be it.
I was rolling mine, but I had a second D&D page up, D&D Beyond page up, so that might be why.
Oh.
Because I wanted working together that I could, talk to you about your stuff, so I pulled it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he didn't do it.
Yeah, no. With your insight, he could not be a kinder person.
Well, I think we should go and.
Do you have any questions for him? And if you don't have any other questions while he's walking you down, he'll explain the reason for for his meeting with Harry.
I do. I have one question. I want to ask him about the town. So I say to him, like, we've had, or at least I've had an off feeling about this town since we've gotten here. Is there anything you've noticed or anything you have been feeling that gives you kind of that, like, off feeling?
Like you're being what?
Like you're being watched or, like, overlooked divinely, or is there something that's, so to speak, shrouding the town?
I mean, the comfort of a matter looking over us is one thing. Any sort of weird things happening, the disappearances of people have always been an issue. We don't even consider it weird anymore.
Hold on. People disappear often?
Yeah, people disappear often enough and are found often enough. I myself am a orphan that was found in the woods in my youth.
So around the town in general, people just disappear, or there are children found without their parents. Do they typically know who their parents are, or are they typically?
They're very often, even with we check with all the parents in town, even if it's been years, none of them recognize the children. But one thing to note is orphans found near Ashbrook, if they don't remember their last name, are given the last name Brooks. Children found near Wellson are given the last name Wells, and people found near Fenhill are given the last name Hills. If in the future you're wondering if someone's an orphan and you don't want to question them about it, that's the easiest way to know.
It coincides with the information we got at the orphanage.
Sure does.
So your last name is Brooks then, Father?
Yes, I'm Father Brooks.
Yeah. So how old are some of these children when they're found? Like, old enough they should remember?
10, 12 sometimes. I was found at 16.
And they don't remember anything.
I did not remember my childhood at all.
Huh.
All those things together, something is wrong.
And your church here, the god that is worshipped here, what is its tenets?
I can pull those up. He would know all of them.
Would I? Or he would?
You probably you'd be maybe slightly familiar with them enough to, if he pulls them up for him to is there no tenets in?
By tenets, I mean characteristics, aspects.
Yeah, characteristics and aspects. I can give you his portfolio if that helps.
Sure. This
Uh,
isn't something This is something that we may talk briefly on, but not something that I would need him to go into like detail on.
his portfolio is endurance, suffering, martyrdom, and perseverance. His domains are life and twilight. He is a lawful good deity, and his symbol are hands bound at the wrist with a red cord.
Suffering, like suffering for the good of others.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Roll me a religion check, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Oh,
was going to say
well.
that's.
oh, that's. Oh, I found out the actual reason. I have. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. I'm
Did you
gonna
spoil
roll.
something for you?
No, I had two frickin' roll 20s open too.
Oh,
That's not good. And
Mhm.
a 10. You have heard rumors of something. Give me a second. It's in a future chapter, so I will have to go and find it. But I did read about it, so I know it's there. Is it in this description?
God, I just imagine people flogging themselves right now.
Do I know? Sorry, go on.
You remember the cult of shared suffering, a heretical sect of the Church of Ilmater. They believe that suffering should be shared equally amongst the populace, and were known to be for their brutal practices.
Hmm.
I'm
I
getting
mean,
a bad
I can
feeling.
understand. Yeah, but I can understand this. Like, if you share the suffering with others, then, I mean, that means less burden on one person to deal with. But this is neither
Yeah.
the time and place to, talk philosophical, as they say.
Okay.
So Kid
but
is the kind of person he would not straight out ask about it.
Mhm.
But he would. Father, how does your community worship your God?
Mostly just prayer.
Just prayer?
Yeah.
So what's the other than mostly?
Some people take it upon themselves to give themselves some lashings,
Hmm.
but they are, from what I know, always self-inflicted.
Not so he's a very nice guy, but that does not mean he's not a liar or that he is not gullible. So you haven't heard of any stories in the area of people taking the idea of your God too far?
Not in Ashbrook, no. And that's the only church I've visited. I can't say much about the one in Wilson or the one in Fenhill, but I do hope they're doing fine. And they're doing good by Ilmater.
Would this be a new insight if I wanted to
Yeah. That would be a new insight.
Oh, then nope. No idea.
No.
No idea.
You're not entirely sure. He could have visited them. Just forgot. He could have visited them and just doesn't want to share details of places where that, like, maybe there were bad
Out of
memories.
sight, out of mind.
Yep, out of sight, out of mind. It could be a bunch of things. You cannot really read him at the moment.
I still think he's a nice guy. He's on the up and up. All right, let's look at his body.
He does say as you're going down into the basement of the church that Harry made the appointment because he wanted to discuss. He had objected to some of the Ilmateri wedding tradition and rites.
Mm.
Which one specifically, Father Brooks doesn't know. They were going to talk to it during the meeting. The meeting never took place, so he would.
I'm presuming you're the person who was going to provide the ceremony to make it official?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And normally, yeah, I was going to say, what's normal for this town? Is it just like the norm, or is there anything special?
There's nothing special. It's just he probably just thought it was too official, too religious. He just wanted a less something probably less aligned with with Ilmater or any other gods. He wanted more of a simple wedding.
Yes. I've heard a lot of people doing that, actually, but I don't think that would be something from the norm in this country. Like, does this place not have any just government mandated weddings, or is it always through the church?
In Garlane, it's always through the church. Outside in the kingdom, it is done in many different ways, as there are many different gods. Garlane specifically all worship Ilmater, so they have and they're also a little bit closed off from the rest of the world.
Yes, I did notice that with the architecture, let's just say.
You follow Father Brooks down to the damp, half-caved-in crypts. There, in the dimly lit chamber amongst the rubble of old sarcophaguses, you see Harry's body laid out on a stone slab, already prepared for the funeral. Someone has washed him and changed his clothes.
Father, did you clean the body?
Yes, but I was told by... Wait, who told me? Someone of authority told me to do it, but I don't remember who it was.
I pulled Kid aside. Yeah, just like that. Make that noise. And I'm like, well, first of all, out of character. Do I know about your psychic abilities?
Oh, you know about my psychic abilities, yes. You also know about Ren.
Yeah.
You just think it's funny to act like I'm crazy when I accidentally talk to myself.
Okay. It was like, I really think, and I know you have a policy against this, but I really think that you should check out this guy's brain a bit, because he's just been very coincidentally forgetful. I know that's...
Yeah.
At least ask before you do it. I know you don't like doing it, but it's...
I'm not asking shit, but...
Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking that I'm going to do the normal investigation of the body stuff. Well, you go and do that. Okay? I give a thumbs up.
While you go to investigate the body, Father Brooks is apologizing as he doesn't know why he did this or who he even was that asked him to do this. But he gives you his old clothes, if that can give any information.
So while all
So-
that's going on, I basically go to the body and I say, "I can't believe you're gone, old friend. It feels like yesterday that I knew you. I can't believe this is going on." And I rest my hand on his chest and I say, "Rest easy where you are."
I wouldn't have done that. Who knows what he's carrying? You should probably wash that right away. Unless you're wearing gloves. Are you wearing gloves?
Gauntlets?
I feel like I'm wearing gauntlets. Yes.
Okay. I would still really wash that because who knows what's on him right now. And this is why I'm going into my purse and pulling out a pair of gloves, putting them on. They're not the best gloves, but they're just gloves nevertheless. Before I start basically looking over the body.
Okay.
Mhm.
One thing that is capable that can be seen without a check.
Mhm.
There are 2 deep lacerations to the neck, which most likely caused Harry to die. Whilst the many bruises that cover Harry's body speak for a hell of a fight. He's also over 6 feet tall, built like a shit brick, like a
Brick
brick
shit house.
shit house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going.
And he has some arcane tattoos on his hands.
Yeah, so I go and look at these neck wounds to see if they're what would deal them, like if I'm dealing with slashing or piercing, basically.
Roll medicine.
Please actually work this time.
Big money. Yeah.
22.
22. A DC of 10 wisdom medicine check reveals that Harry must have bled profusely as his body seems to be completely exsanguinated.
Okay, out of character, I'm really sorry. What is that? What's the E word
No more
mean?
blood in his body.
He's been drained.
Exsanguinated.
Oh.
Yeah, exsanguinated.
Okay.
I actually never heard the word, but in the situation, I guessed that.
All the blood is
Sanguine,
gone.
it's Latin for blood.
Yeah, great.
His clothes, though his body was washed, his clothes also show very little blood.
Anything else that I can see with that roll?
With that roll, that's it for the body. He is completely
Okay.
exsanguinated. By this point, he is full on rigor mortis, and the 2 wounds, the two what seems to be possibly fang wounds to the neck.
Okay.
They were definitely piercing,
Mhm.
and they were not big enough to be daggers. So,
Yeah. Okay.
and not small enough
So-
to be a needle.
So I nod and walk over to Kid to check up on him.
For the investigating the clothing, that would be an investigation check.
Well, hello, Kid?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah,
Oh.
roll investigation for the clothing.
Gotcha. Unless we want the +8 to roll it.
Ooh.
DC isn't high.
It's a 25. It didn't. Oh no, I misread. It is a 13.
A
Damn.
13. 13 is enough.
Yeah.
There is a distinct absence of blood mess, but there are a few scratch marks and there is very little blood for how much blood Harry lost. And there are some like scratch marks on him.
Mhm.
Not just from his clothes being old, but like like claws type of deal, or blades.
And
But it would be
what-
weird for 4 blades to hit like the same angle.
just because I was looking at my psionic die, so I apologize. I don't have a power that can fix this guy's brain. But I missed the part about the cuts on his neck. Are they cuts or are they punctures?
Punctures.
Hmm.
Too small to be daggers, too big to be needles.
Hmm.
Or darts. They're too big to be darts.
Yeah. I think we should discuss the findings of this in private.
Okay, so out of character, would I know anything about vampires?
I was just
You know that they're undead and that your divine sense can locate them if they're within 30 feet of you.
Ooh, fair enough. Well, I don't detect.
Since we're out of
And-
character, how do I not have that as a cleric?
Because paladins are hunt undead, while clerics just have the ability to completely destroy them.
Okay, I was just asking because that just seems weird.
Okay. Well, with that being
you have a
said,
spell that does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You also have a spell, detect good and evil.
Oh,
You have more spell slots than paladins do, so you can just use a spell slot for that. Paladins have limited spell slots, so they have a specific feature to allow them
Yeah.
to detect.
ironically, I don't have that spell.
shit.
It's all good. You have a paladin on
Yeah.
your team. You don't need it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, with that
exactly,
being said,
so-
and having the knowledge that vampires do exist, I kind of just.
Would you? Actually, yeah, you can use it now. A good time to use it would be at the wake tomorrow, because every single person that saw the body or carried the body are going to be there.
Ooh. Okay.
But that's metagaming.
You know that there's a wake tomorrow, and you know that that everyone is showing. That at least Jerry Musgrave is showing up. You would assume Kate's parents are showing up because it's their bakery, and Father Brooks. I forgot to mention, but he said he was going to show up as well. So
Okay, good to know.
Well, Father Brooks is going to be at the wake regardless. He's probably
Yeah.
performing
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
that as well.
Also, if we wanted to be like, what do we know? Would we have recognized this as vampires? What kind of check is that?
That's just a simple religion check.
Okay. Do you want me to roll it?
Yeah.
If your religion is better than mine, yeah.
Okay.
If Miracle Blaze wants to help, you can have advantage.
Okay, I'll
Ooh,
help with my
okay.
+0.
Sweet.
Wait, you have you don't have proficiency?
Oh,
I do not.
Damn it.
Then never mind. Then you cannot have advantage.
Wait, no
Nope,
advantage.
that's an int thing, and I have no int.
Fair enough.
Damn it.
I just normally always take religion proficiency instead of my cleric, even though it's not useful.
Mhm.
I do too. Like anytime I play like a cleric or a paladin, they always have proficiency in religion.
Yeah, well, my character doesn't really understand the religion that much.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand the reasoning for you to do
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Well, even still, with my roll, I can't roll out vampires anyway.
Yeah, you can't. It honestly, vampires aren't the only ones. Aren't only creatures that are undead and that bite people and that drain people with blood. There's many creatures in D&D that do that.
Don't
Yeah.
whites do that too?
Whites can, I believe, do that. There is a bunch of other creatures as well that drain people with blood.
Yeah, the whole like sanguiphage thing is not vampire exclusive.
Yeah, I was going to ask that when we were alone, by the way.
So yeah,
Mhm.
it is starting to get late. You have enough time to go visit Harry's house, definitely before needing to rest.
I'm going to be needed. Sorry, I'm walking around and doing stuff while we're playing.
No, that's fine.
It's all good. So I will go and would you like to go and see the crime scene?
Yeah, well, the door's locked, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Did you remember to bring your tools for this?
I do. I do have my tools for this.
Nice.
Great. Because just in case, I always carry a pair of extra for you.
Yeah, I have my thieves' tools.
So yeah. If you want to check if the doors are locked before unlocking them, the front and back door are both locked.
People?
Okay. Do these look like the kind of doors that have ways to unlock them from the inside?
From the inside, yes, but yeah, there's a way to unlock them from the inside.
People.
Rem,
Yeah.
you wanna get this for me?
Just a second. Doc, what were you saying?
Would it be okay with you if I jumped away a bit early?
Oh, that's completely fine.
Yeah, you
I
can always just head
feel
back
that
to the...
I've been on my feet since yesterday and barely caught any sleep.
You could always just crash at the end,
Was just
too.
what?
This would be a good time. Yeah, you could always just say you went back to the inn to sleep because you were exhausted or bored or whatever.
Yeah, probably exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
That's completely fine.
Mhm.
We'll wrap up session. Actually, we'll wrap up session now because the crime scene is a pretty important part of the mystery.